What we're going to do is take a couple minutes right now and download some supporting code for the historical docs. Now, I didn't want to just give you a whole sort of ready-made, ready-made project for this because I wanted you to be able to build off the existing navigation, the navigation drawer activity. But I am going to give you some different things that'll be handy. So first of all, a whole bunch of layouts, right? Just so we can save time with those. So this zip file right here contains a whole bunch of stuff. So the first thing is that I'm going to give you a new drawer menu, right? So that's just going to give us, we're going to have 3 that we set up. We're going to have one for info, one for documents, the actual historical documents themselves, and then one for settings that we won't end up implementing, but just sort of fun to see it as menu item. I'll give you a bunch of strings. I will give you the text of a whole bunch of historical documents and excerpts. So you're going to be able to copy this whole folder here. Whenever you have any data that just needs to be used in a raw forms like big text files, all this kind of stuff, the way to do it is to put it in a raw folder here. Okay, more information about that there if you want it. And actually reading it in, I'm going to use a library to do that. Okay. And then I'm going to give you one layout, and that's essentially the layout for a single row view within our recycler view for the document list. Okay. For Java, a few different things. So one thing is I'm going to give you a utility file here. So this docutils is something that's going to read in these different text files and sort of so it knows where to look and everything. Feel free when you open it up, you can check it out on your own time, see what's there. You can see if you want to swap in your own files, feel free to. Okay, that's your app. Just if I'm going to give you something, I get to pick what I put in by default. So that'll be there. I did use a third-party library to compile this guy, so we're going to have to make a quick change to our build.gradle. I'll do that in a minute. So that's the Java code. I also gave a document model object. Super simple. We'll build that up together as we need more things in it. Basically, it has a title and a body. That's it. And then I'm giving you a list adapter that does all the things for the recycler view. Since we already know how to do that, we learned that in a previous unit. So right now when you get it, it's going to be commented out so that it won't cause any build errors. So we're going to copy all these things in and just overwrite anything that we see. Any files that already exist, like the old activity main drawer, will blow away. Strings will blow away. And most everything else should be pretty much new. And we already removed the if else inside our on navigation item selected, so we should get something that's compilable. So take a few minutes, download this guy right here, and get everything where it goes. Copy utils, put it inside this package. Copy these 2 files, copy inside the package. Probably could have done them all together. And let's see, I've got some resources, so layouts, row view doc, and layout paste. And whoops, back to the zip file here. The whole raw folder is going to go inside. So this goes at top level inside of resources. So resources raw. You see it here, and this has different text for each one, right? So everything here. Let's see, what else do we got? Let's see. So this guy is a menu. So I'm going to bring this into the menu folder. So and overwrite the activity main drawer. Yes, overwrite it. And then strings.xml is the last one, and I'll overwrite that as well. Paste in, and for some reason it wants to put it in a certain version. This is the most basic one, so I'm going to select the top one here. Strings, overwrite, yes. All right, very good. So we have everything in. I'm going to try to compile this, make sure everything compiles. Yep, so it's having an issue with my card view here, so I'm going to have to make some changes to my Gradle file. So Gradle scripts, a few different things. All right, so I'm going down, to these guys. Yep, so a couple things there. Feel free to copy them off the slides. So we got some compiles. All right, so first of all, that was for the third-party library, and then the others were for the recycler view and the card view. So copy those guys in, and just like so. And we'll resync this guy. And really not much should be changed here. I got it launched, except that I see I have some new items here. And that's honestly, that's about it. If I wanted to change these things, I could, right? So if we wanted to think about where those are changed, where would that be? Let's go back. Remember that's the header here, so that's the nav header main, right? So, oops. So I'm going inside my resources here, layouts, nav header main, and I think they just left them as strings in here, and we could do the same, right? So if you want to, feel free to put your name in there and your own email. Feel free to do that. All right, so we should have working code at least to start here. So it's pretty decent. So that's just the beginning, and that's probably the easy stuff. This is just, I gave you a bunch of downloaded code just to take out some of the tedium. But now comes the fun, right? So let's talk about where we're going for the rest of this app. So the main thing is that we're going to be switching between 3 different views. So first of all, we're going to have an about view that you saw that just has a little bit of about how to use the app, and that was the first item there. So as you can see here, so that's the first nav item. And then the 2 biggies here are going to be like a list here, so a recycler view that's going to give a list of all of our document titles, right? And there's a nav item to do that. And you saw that when you popped it open when we tested it a minute ago. In fact, I probably still have it here. So there's to get to about right now. It does nothing, right? So it just says hello world. The doc right here, again, it does nothing. It says hello world, but we want it to, when we hit that guy, we want it to go into here. Now it has a third one that actually isn't going to do anything to get from one of these documents into the actual text. We're going to go ahead and we're going to click on a document into the list, right? So click on a title, Magna Carta, up pops the Magna Carta, and so on. Now you might think that you could use activities to do this, and you could, all right? You notice when you launch activities, you get a little bit of a lag there. It kind of like pops up the activity pretty quick. But if you want a really smooth transition between the two, we can use fragments, and that's what we're going to talk about next. So come back for next time.